What if humans couldn't speak? Like, at all, no hi, no what's up, no bro, you ate my fries, just silence. Well, except for all the awkward grunts and interpretive eyebrow movements. Imagine New York City, the noisiest jungle in the world, suddenly going completely quiet. The pigeons would finally have the upper hand, at first. I think life would look like a permanent game of charades. People waving their arms like wild monkeys, pointing at coffee cups, miming heart shapes, or dramatically pretending to cry when they get their pizza order wrong. Meetings would be chaos, a room full of humans furiously writing on sticky notes or trying to out-gesture each other like confused magicians. And don't even get me started on first dates. To people sitting at dinner, just blinking and smiling, hoping their eyebrow wiggle says, I like you. And I think about parents. Oh no, parents would lose their superpower, yelling. Go to your room would turn into frantic pointing at doors and exaggerated stomping. Teenagers, on the other hand, would love it. They'd just stare blankly back, pretending not to understand anything. Discipline would collapse. Society might crumble, but kids would thrive. The quiet rebellion begins. And schools, imagine a classroom full of children, all trying to communicate with no words. Teachers would have to invent a new sign language overnight. Math class would look like a dance routine. English class, gone, silent reading all day. The lunchroom would be the strangest. Kids silently trading sandwiches, glaring at each other to say, I'll give you my cookie for your chips. Somewhere in that cafeteria. A kid would invent the first universal hand gesture for deal. Social media would become even weirder. Without voices, influencers would have to lip sync to nothing, just moving their mouths dramatically while subtitles do the talking. Podcasts, dead. ASMR, gone. YouTubers like me? I guess I'd just blink rhythmically into the camera and hope you got the message. But memes would rule the world. Humanity would evolve into a species that communicates entirely through reaction gifs and facial expressions. A single raised eyebrow would replace a 2,000-word blog post. Then there's politics. Oh, that would be fun. Debates would look like silent wrestling matches. Candidates waving their hands. Making angry face number 4 while the audience claps based on who gestured more passionately. Parliament sessions would need referees. Campaign slogans would turn into dance moves. The president would communicate policy changes through carefully choreographed eyebrow lifts. Maybe politics would actually get better, and dating apps. Now that's a disaster waiting to happen. Without words, bios would just be pictures and emojis. You'd swipe right on someone because they look like they could mime well. The first date would be an Olympic-level test of facial flexibility. You'd know it's going well if your smile's sensed. Or horribly if you accidentally mimed I'm bored instead of I like your eyes. Romantic misunderstandings would multiply like pigeons in Central Park. But hold on, maybe, just maybe, without words, people would start paying more attention. You'd notice the way someone's eyes flicker when they're happy, or how their body relaxes when they feel safe. Maybe love would become quieter, slower, and more real. No more empty promises, just gestures that mean something. A hand squeeze could say I'm here. A shared look could say I understand. Maybe the silence would make us listen better. Of course, I can't ignore the chaos. No talking means no singing. Imagine a concert, thousands of people humming silently while the band just strums in the dark. Karaoke nights would die. Breakups would become awkward mime battles. Therapy sessions would involve a lot of pointing at tissues, but art might flourish. Painters, dancers, and musicians would become the new philosophers. The world might actually start communicating through feeling instead of arguing. Which, come to think of it, sounds kind of nice. So here I am, in the middle of the night, wondering, if humans couldn't speak, would the world become more peaceful? Or just more confusing? Maybe silence would be the cure for all our noise. Or maybe it would just make us realize how much we rely on words to feel seen. Either way, I bet the first person who figured out how to whisper would instantly become a celebrity. And me? I'd probably still be lying here, wide awake, trying to mime goodnight to myself.